Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One and Only, here with another exciting video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about Water Wizard, the ongoing AI Dungeon 2 series that I've been doing on the channel. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the concept of chaos storms and why it seems like the gods were unable to kill each other. So in case you guys aren't aware, in the story of Water Wizard, there was this event called the Great Cataclysm, where essentially the four gods of the world, Tiamat, Dorna, Lolth, and Yag, all were fighting each other for hundreds of years, but for whatever reason were unable to defeat each other. The story says they were unable to defeat each other because of the fact that they were all so immensely powerful that none of them could overcome the other. But when you look into each of the four gods' abilities, it seems like really Dorna should just win in any fight between these gods. So if we go over their abilities, Tiamat is like the god of all creation. She created literally everything that exists, and she's also the god of magic. Dorna is a goddess of nature and healing. She creates life and sustains it, meaning that she not only creates life, but has the ability to control, like, whether or not life continues. You know what I mean? So she is the closest thing we have to a true god of death. You can argue Lolth is a god of death. We'll get to that in a moment. But if Dorna's power is straight up to sustain life, then if she chooses to not sustain life, it should end, right? It should just die. So I don't understand why Dorna doesn't just pull the plug on the other gods and they just die. Lolth is a goddess of chaos and evil. Lolth destroys life and existence itself. So Lolth can straight up erase people from existence and destroy life, and Dorna straight up can control whether or not things live or die, because Dorna's powers involve sustaining life. So they're both pretty powerful. Seems like they'd just be able to erase the other gods from existence or kill them. Then you have Yag, and Yag was a god of storms and weather. Yag controlled the winds, rain, snowfall, lightning strikes, and also controlled elements such as fire, ice, and water. And Yag ended up eventually dying due to having his lungs frozen by a magical attack. So if you can kill Yag, and he wasn't killed by a god either, he was by Jet, the Water Wizard, his apprentice. So gods clearly can be killed, and it doesn't seem like it's necessarily difficult to kill a god. He was just killed with a spell. And you know who's like the goddess of like spells and magic? Tiamat. So if Tiamat is like the goddess of magic, and she can cast spells, and a normal mortal who casts spells was able to kill Yag, why couldn't Tiamat kill Yag? You know what I mean? Why don't any of these gods just kill each other? Because they seem mortal. It's not like they're immortal beings that can't die. They're these incredibly powerful beings that are capable of death, but even after fighting for hundreds of years, just didn't die. I have a theory, I don't know if this is true, a theory based on the story so far, that I think can explain how Jet the Water Wizard was able to kill Yag, but the four gods weren't able to kill each other. And I'll be able to explain this theory right now. So, chaos storms are explained in the story as specifically being these like terrible forces of destruction that became like commonplace around the world after the Great Cataclysm. And they're spawned from when two or more deities fight each other. So when two or more deities fight, it spawns a chaos storm of credible destructive power. And I think what happens is the four gods are totally capable of killing each other. But whenever they try to, I think a chaos storm is formed, and it kind of gets in the way of their ability to kill each other. Like, instead of Lolth just being like, you're dead now, I like erased you from existence or whatever, because that's Lolth's like main ability, is that he can destroy life and erase things from existence. So Lolth like tries to like Thanos snap out like another god. What ends up happening, I think, instead is that a chaos storm is made. Like, it's the universe's way of preventing the gods from just killing each other, but it's also the universe's way of being like, hey, mortals, you shouldn't mess with gods, because gods can create chaos storms that'll just riggedy wreck everything. You know what I mean? At least that's my interpretation of it. Like, I think the chaos storms are like a form of order that exists from like reality itself. Like, it's like a law of nature that like if gods were to get close to killing each other, like a chaos storm arises in order to kind of like intervene. I think the reason why Jet the Water Wizard was able to kill Yogg is because Jet the Water Wizard specifically isn't a god. He just possessed the same powers as Yogg because Yogg had trained Jet the Water Wizard. So it was like he fought someone who was of like a similar power set to him, but he loses the advantage of the universe going, oh, you're fighting another god? Chaos Storm to like intervene. Essentially, since he wasn't able to form a Chaos Storm from the fact that they were clashing, he lost like his biggest god weapon. And Yogg is the first god to die, but I wouldn't be surprised if, as the story continued, more of the other gods also died. Mainly just because if they end up fighting more like magic characters who don't cause chaos storms to appear when they fight, it'll just kind of end up being like a game over thing for them. I feel, at least. Like, am I saying that the gods can't fight, that they're not good at fighting? No, I'm not saying that they're not good at fighting. But what I'm saying is that if you get the drop on them, they just don't get their like 3 massive destructive thing that would probably like dick. You know what I mean? They lose the dick. But what are you guys' thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think chaos storms are the reason why the Great Cataclysm lasted so long? Because whenever the gods would have killed each other, a chaos storm was formed instead? And do you think that's a good explanation for why a mortal can kill a god, but a god can't kill a god? Definitely let me know in the comment section below. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring the notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. Make sure to check out my video, These Superheroes Do Not Exist. It's about a project that I'm working on with John Mason. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. Chickadee guy.